Oh, my thing went to sleep as soon as I hit play.
Oh, you fucked up. Fantasy football, fantasy. Fantasy football.
Bet you forgot about us.
Uh-oh. Yeah. That's right.
There's a fantasy channel that you've got to see. It's like a fantasy football fantasy. It's like catching a football.
Hey, Josh.
I don't think I've ever listened to this much of the song.
I usually turn it down so we don't get copyright infringement issues.
Oh, that's smart.
But we're also live, so what are you going to do about it, YouTube? Some guy killed himself and you let it go.
That's exactly what happened.
But I'm not a 18-year-old blonde, blue-eyed white boy, so...
He looks like that kid from Australia who threw that party and then got on the news.
What kid is that?
That's from like a long time ago. He was like on the news. He had glasses on. Look him up on the Google.
Oscar Pistorius?
No, he's from South America. That's not Australia. He's a soccer player.
No, he's not. He was a track guy with the amputated legs, and he killed his wife.
That's right, he did. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'll find out when I watch the Lifetime movie.
They'll definitely tell the truth.
100% true.
In the Lifetime movie. I'm drinking out of my Temple mug that I got at Temple. This is a pre-9/11 mug right here.
Pre-9/11?
They don't make mugs like this anymore.
Oh, there's a 9/11 every year, though.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh, the one that one.
You know the one. The bad one. The really bad one.
Well, Josh, I guess you could say stealing that mug was a mission accomplished.
Unfurl the banner. I don't know.
So, well, welcome back, Josh. It's been a while. I mean, I talked to you in private, so the internet can't see it, but it's been a while since we've both been present for the internet to see.
It's been a bit.
For the Fantasy Football podcast.
Yeah.
The season is officially over.
I know.
Playoffs are officially over for most fantasy football leagues. There are some that have that crazy.
That's so weird.
We redraft in the playoffs, and you draft teams that are in the playoffs. And if your team gets knocked out, whoops a daisy.
No way. No freaking way, dude. I wouldn't do that. That's dumb. But like, I gotta say, like week 17 and or week 16 football this year, really boring. Football, the end of the season this year was super boring. Maybe because we're Eagles fans and it didn't matter anymore, and it's like, well, we're just waiting for a thing. But I think they got rid of their Sunday night game, right? The NFL was no more Sunday night games on week 17.
Well, because the game they had scheduled was shit.
Why didn't they flex a game?
Because it was New Year's Eve. And they just bumped it. They bumped it out. They were like, "Hey, this game sucks," and also it's New Year's Eve.
Everyone go drink champagne. It was cold out.
It was very cold, and I wasn't even here. I was below the Mason-Dixon, and it was cold.
Did you stop at south of the border?
I never stop at south of the border.
I stopped there twice in my life for hookers and fireworks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I would stop for fireworks, but we're not allowed to set off fireworks on the Outer Banks.
Why? I didn't know that.
Because everything will catch fire.
It's by the water, though.
Yeah, but the fire departments are so far away.
That's right.
That by the time they got to your house, the entire beach would be burned down.
That's fun. That would be fun. I've been to the Outer Banks less times than I've been to south of the border. I've only been there once. And I saw the deer and stuff, right? That's where those things are, right?
Deer?
Is that no, that's Chickateague. Which one's the one where there's animals and horses and shit? I think that's Virginia.
There's horses all over the place out there.
Is that
wild horses?
Yeah, the wild horses. Yeah. Wild horses.
Yeah.
That's nice there.
I seen them out there. We went on a wild horse tour last year, actually, for my mother-in-law. It was like her birthday present.
That's sweet.
And we all went, and at the time there was like one horse. This is really football related. There was one horse. It was a Denver Bronco.
There you go.
It was imported. No. There was one horse that they like imported from further south because there was like too many males down south.
Oh man, he got traded.
And he got traded up, but he got beat up by all the male horses in that area, and none of the female horses wanted to be with him.
That sucks for him.
He would just stand on the beach and stare at the water.
Oh my god.
And I was like, this is me.
Oh my god, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I was like, join me, friend. We will ride together into the ocean.
He's like your Bill from Lord of the Rings. You never saw Lord of the Rings.
I've heard tell of The Ring and The Second Breakfast.
And 11Z's.
And 11Z's. But 11Z's is like a ping pong score.
Oh, is that what he's talking about in that scene? He's talking about breakfast, and then he's like, wait, here's a ping pong score?
No, that's what you know, when it's 11-11 in ping pong.
Yeah, 11Z's. Yeah, I know.
After it's 9-11 in ping pong.
The worst score in all of ping pong.
The worst score in all. It's the cursed score. You
lose.
Cursed
score.
If you're losing 9-11 and it's your serve, you lose.
Done. You're going to lose.
Forgot about us. So, where were we? The fantasy football seasons are over.
Yeah.
But we have a couple more shows for this season.
Sure.
Of this podcast. We have today where we're just going to riff on the playoffs.
Playoffs! I'm just going to do it every time.
And next week, throughout this week, I'm going to set up a bunch of polls on our Twitter. And what we're going to do is we're going to let everybody vote for their monster players of the year.
That's awesome. I know who I'm going to vote for.
Well, maybe he's not going to make it onto there.
I can already pick 2 players that are going to be on there.
You don't even know the nominees.
I know 2 of them in my head. I know 2 people you're going to pick.
Tell me right now.
Todd Gurley is one of them.
Okay.
And you're going to pick Wentz. He's going to be MVP maybe still, somehow. I doubt it, though. And we can talk about who's going to be the MVP. Who's it going to be? When do they do that? When do they even do MVP?
That's
before the Super Bowl?
Before the Super Bowl, I think, right?
The day or is it
after? I don't know. Everybody does their award season so weird. Like baseball happens after the season's over, and it's like, well, who fucking cares now?
Yeah,
it's like the World Series is done. You won the MVP. It's like great,
cool. Yeah, yeah. Football is weird though. Oh, and what's his name? Brian Dawkins is a finalist in the Hall of Fame.
He is?
You know? Yeah.
For the next class?
For this year, for 18.
Better get in.
Yeah, he should.
It's tough for those safeties.
It's so weird, right? Like, why? Why? Safety is like a super important fucking position. It's not like kicker, like where you're like, it's debatable, right? Like, who's a better kicker?
Well, there's no debate. I mean, it's just, if the guy's accurate.
Yeah, but like you should. I think that the fallacy is like you should be accurate, right? Like, so kickers are kind of like you're paid to kick, so you better do it, right?
But tell that to some of the kickers we saw this year,
dude. Right? Not Legatron though. My boy Legatron.
Legatron. Footloose was pretty good right up to the end.
Footloose was pretty good. He's still okay though.
He's still okay. He missed some kicks.
And Gano, your boy Gano.
Graham Gano.
It's very French. This is super French.
I don't think he is though.
I don't think he is. Yeah.
So yeah, we could discuss our own MVPs and let the fans vote as well.
Yeah.
Dan Bailey, I see as a name someone's recommending. No Cowboy will be notified except for best injury to happen to a Cowboy this season.
Best person who I hate.
Best Ezekiel Elliott to get suspended. Man. But I missed. We didn't have a show last week. Obviously, the holidays, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And we never learned how our playoffs went.
Not good, Luke.
Not good for me either, Josh.
I lost in the championship in our Game of Thrones league by 50 points.
50?
It was bad.
Oof.
It was bad. Well, somebody had Todd Gurley, and Todd Gurley was like, I'll just score 70 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. Fuck it.
Yeah, Todd Gurley had himself a month.
He did, which is good for him, I guess.
But not so good for you.
Not good for me.
Yeah, I lost as well to Ian Brutal Moose YouTube the third.
Damn it, man.
No combination of my players would have done anything.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad about playing Case Keenum instead of Jimmy Garoppolo, who performed better.
Who was better, right? But
even with him in the roster, I still would have lost. I lost by like 30. I think I lost by like 32 points.
Yeah, that's not good.
But Brutal Moose, man, he read those stats. He saw who everybody else was playing.
Yeah.
Those guys. And I went with my gut on who I thought would have actual real football games, and I failed.
Sometimes that happens, man. You can't be, you never know, right? Like, I don't know.
But I take solace in at least losing to someone I knew and respected in that league.
What if you would have lost to me? Oh, man.
Oh, that's fine. I respect you.
Oh,
and
really?
I know you. But if I would have lost to, like, everybody but you, Mike, Brutal Moose,
yeah,
and Peanut Butter Gamer, right? He's in that league?
Yes.
I think the five of us are the only people I care about.
Yeah.
If I would have lost to anybody else, I would have demanded my money back, even though it was a free league.
We have a really Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers situation in that league. I don't know who wants to be whom. I guess you're Cleveland because you lost this year, but you won last year.
Well, no, that would make me Golden State then, wouldn't it?
No, they won this year.
They did?
Yes.
I got it mixed up because one time they got devastated and the other time they didn't.
The first time they got devastated, they're up 3-0 and they lost, which is insane.
Okay. All right,
and
that's
the second time they were like, nope, shut it down. Shut it the hell down. Because they had, what's his name then? Durant.
Right, KD.
He was like, I want to win, so here I'm going over here now.
KD's, I love it. I love that.
It's like super Dream Team-esque, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I wish it could be possible in football, but
oh man,
you can't really do that.
No, I'm glad that you can
takes pay cuts.
Yeah, I'm glad you can in football.
To a degree, there's some teams that I think we could cut a couple teams out of the league.
Who do you think we should get rid of, Luke?
The Cowboys. And the Panthers.
You don't like the Panthers, do you? I don't either, but I don't know why I don't. Like I just
think they should get them out of that market. It's a pointless market. Nobody goes to their games.
Yeah, I don't know. Where would you move them to though? Like where would they go, right?
Mexico City.
They could do that. You got to learn how to breathe that high up air, though. Jesus,
because according to Madden, it's one of the markets that's always in high demand if you want to move your team in fantasy mode.
Oh, in fantasy mode. What would you name them? I guess Panthers would still work. Jaguars would work better, but there's already a team named the Jaguars.
Yeah, the Mexico City. I think one of the names because they auto generates like names and uniforms for you, because cool. The NFL has such like a hand on the game,
right?
So it'd be like the Mexico City Conquistadors.
Not bad. Little racist though, not necessarily a good thing because those people killed a bunch of people.
It is. But it's better than like the Mexico City Aztecs, which makes no sense.
No, that doesn't make sense. Mexico City Chupacabras would be awesome. They would be like I think the first professional team named after a mythical animal, or like not a mythical animal, but like a conspiracy theory animal, like a Bigfoot. Like a Chupacabra, you got Bigfoot, you got Loch Ness Monster.
Somebody's calling me from Washington State. I wonder if I should answer this call.
Who could it be?
I don't know. Hang on.
I bet I know who it is. Hopefully this is a funny bit. I think we're muted. No, it wasn't him.
No, this is nobody. I
thought
maybe
it was going to be Brittle Moose.
Yeah, I did. But then I was like, wait, he doesn't have my phone number. How would he know how to call me?
You can get it. There's ways.
Nope, you can't get my phone number.
Thank you, Mel.
I have my phone set up through a shell company.
Shell company? That's cool. It's out of Delaware.
No, it's out of a Delaware court, which is not Delaware. Aha. Yaha.
That's now you're thinking with math.
Now I'm thinking.
There you go.
So yeah, we both did bad in our fantasy football leagues.
Yeah, it sucks, but like I'm glad I got second place. I did really well this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got second place, I guess, but
I would rather win and be able to like just like fuck you to everybody next year, right? Like fuck you.
That's right, man. They just want to take that hot steamer right on them, right on their chest. King Kong them.
King Kong. This is Cleveland Steamerinos. That's a good football name team.
I'll have you know that for the first time in weeks, we did get a listener email.
Whoa!
And this is a reminder that
we gotta use our Java.
Okay, yeah, soundboard.
Email.
Right, and I'd like to remind everyone that our listener emails are delivered fresh by Kevin Storer Distribution, servicing the greater Harrisonburg, Bridgewater, and Mount Crawford, Virginia area.
Nice.
Kevin Storer, I don't know if you still watch this show, but we still love you.
Thanks for all the delicious pies.
So our letter, of course, comes from our one-time co-host of the show who filled in for me.
Oh, yeah.
Ms. Mel Gray says, hey, guys, hope you enjoyed your holidays and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way that's phrased.
Holidays and shit.
Hope you enjoyed your holidays and shit. Like they're saying, like, did we like hope we enjoyed shit, like literal poop.
I mean, you should enjoy it. It should be an enjoyable experience.
Should be.
Not always.
Yeah, especially not after holiday dinner.
Yeah, not after whatever I ate yesterday.
My team is out of the playoffs for the first time in 6 years.
What?
I assume this is the real team. You're talking about the Seattle
Super
Seahawks.
Super Seahawks, yeah.
My team is out of the playoffs for the first time. Wow, they've been in the playoffs for 6 years straight. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Should I pay attention to the playoffs? And if so,
playoffs!
And if so, who should I root for?
I think you know the answer to that. You have some bird bros.
Well, who out of the West made it? The Rams?
Which you hate because they're the Rams and you're in the division with them.
And you know, the other teams to root for are like perennial repeaters, the Saints, Falcons,
Panthers.
And who's the fourth team?
Panthers.
Minnesota, right?
Oh yeah, fuck Minnesota.
I would root for either of the two teams that had a bye this week.
Yeah.
Personally.
I don't want the Vikings to make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh no.
Because I don't want to hear about the whole home team Super Bowl shit. I think the NFL really wants that. And I think they really want it, especially if the Vikings play the Patriots. Because it's like home team versus evil team, right? I don't want to watch that Super Bowl at all. I'd rather watch any other Super Bowl than that one.
And I'm pretty sure, too, that is it still true or did it rule break where no team has ever made the Super Bowl in the stadium if their home stadium was where the Super Bowl was.
Yeah, it's never happened.
Yeah, so that can't happen this year.
I don't want it to be a thing because I don't want to fucking hear about it. Like, I don't care.
Well, no matter what the storyline is, you're going to hear about it for weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah,
2 weeks.
It's bullshit.
You know, and just like the storyline, if the Eagles make it, is going to be all about
Nick Foles.
And they're going to make up a quarterback controversy, and then they're going to talk about how rude this city is.
Yep. I don't think they're going to win. So I don't think we have to worry about it either.
I don't think we have to worry about it, but root for the Eagles. All right. Also, in your opinions, which team is a sleeper team in the playoffs?
Playoffs?
I mean, can you truly be a sleeper in the playoffs? I mean, you've made it to the final round, but I would say the Bills.
You think so? I was gonna say the Bills. They're playing with house money right now, so like, fuck it, right? Like,
right.
They had to get in on a touchdown by Andy frickin' Dalton, which is like, in what universe are we in where Andy Dalton like does a thing good for somebody? Like, I don't remember that ever happening. Yeah, I guess I would say the Bills. I mean, maybe the Falcons, because but they went last year. So I don't know.
I would out of everybody, I think the Bills and Jacksonville would qualify.
Yeah,
I know Jacksonville's been playing, well with a fantastic defense all season, but I still think most people can't believe Jacksonville's in the playoffs for the first time since like Mark Brunell was a quarterback.
Yeah, which I think was the 70s. Like, it was 1974. Watergate was happening. Mark Brunell was throwing touchdowns for the Jaguars. This joke ended. I'm done with this joke. Next joke.
All right. And also, in our opinions, which team is the most overrated in the playoffs?
I think.
Which team is the most overrated in the playoffs?
Playoffs!
There we go.
I think it's the Rams.
Interesting.
I don't know, man. I don't want the Rams to win because, like, I don't want to hear about Goff being, like, first round pick and then comparing the Wentz and, like, I don't want that. I just don't want, like, all this, like, weird talking point shit. And, like, I mean, it's going to happen with Wentz no matter what because, like, he's amazing now. So, like...
And those two are going to be forever.
Yeah, always. But I want them to lose. I think they're totally beatable, but they always look like they're unbeatable. I don't know. I don't like the Rams. I never liked the Rams that much. I don't know. Ever since the Kurt Warner days where, like...
The greatest show on turf.
Yeah. And that Super Bowl. Oh, we could get a repeat of that Super Bowl because the Titans are somehow in the playoffs. Who knew?
Yeah. Man, overrated. You know who I'm going to say is overrated in the playoffs is Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina's overrated.
I would agree with that too.
They somehow stumble into the playoffs year after year because they're in a crap division, but they have nothing.
I know.
I don't get how they do it.
They just win somehow. I don't know how, man. And they're in like a fucking crazy division though. Like everyone, like there's 3 teams in that fucking division in the playoff. It's like that's like old NFC East days, man, where it's like Cowboys, Washington,
right,
Giants, you know.
True.
I don't know. I don't like Carolina. I don't know. If the Eagles somehow can do it. And here's why I think they might, right?
Hang on. We're going to save that.
Okay.
Because we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
All right. Because I think you're going to like my argument for yes.
I always like your arguments, Luke.
But Mel has one final question.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, for those of us who have nothing to do, or nothing to pay attention to beside what's happening in the off season, what was your biggest Black Monday off-season shocker so far? Thanks, welcome back, or whatever. I like your show, and you should keep doing it and stuff. Love, Mel.
Thank you, Mel. Black Monday being the Monday of firings, right?
Yes.
None of them were shocking. I don't think this year I was shocked by any of it. Who got fired?
Jack Del Rio.
That might have been it.
Fighter from Oakland. Jim Caldwell.
Lions.
The Bruce Arians retired.
Sure. I'm sure he did.
Chuck Pagano was fired. Ben McAdoo was already cut loose. And was that all the big ones? I think everybody else was surprisingly, like, Hugh Jackson is staying.
Vance Joseph was going to get fired, and then like John Elway was like, maybe we won't fire him.
Because the Broncos have never fired a coach after just 1 year.
Well, that's really great for the Broncos.
I mean, I know a bunch of other coaching guys have been fired.
Marvin Lewis did not get fired. He's staying.
That is my biggest shocker. And you said it. Mel also put it here in the chat. Marvin Lewis, who for all indications was stepping away, a mutual parting after 26 years of mediocrity.
after coaching as long as Mark Brunell has played for the Jaguars.
I mean, Carson Palmer retired, and Marvin Lewis hasn't been good since Carson Palmer was his quarterback
on that team, literally 20 years ago.
Jesus,
what the fuck? What are you?
Your extension. I'm in.
I don't know I don't know what's going on with that team, man. I don't know what is going on.
Do you think if Andy Dalton doesn't throw that touchdown and screws over the Ravens out of the playoffs, that he stays?
I don't know, because and I know it's all bullshit anyway. Like the whole I'm stepping down is just like I'm quietly being fired with dignity, right? I get that. But I really thought I kind of got the feeling like he didn't want to be there anymore. From what I had read, it just seemed like he was done there.
Who wants to be there? It's Cincinnati. It wasn't even cool when it had a TV show.
WKRP.
WKRP is Cincinnati for all you kids out there.
It's the Queen City, dude.
Jesus. Does anybody watching this show know what the fuck we're talking about?
Is anybody listening to us?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Dude, I really thought he was done though. And I don't know why he would want to stay. Cause what do you seriously, it's like Andy Reid. At some point, you can't start again. You're done. You're just done, man. What's he gonna do? Who's he gonna play?
I don't know.
Are they gonna draft a quarterback, or are they gonna what are they doing?
Dalton is the future,
dude. I love redheads, but Andy Dalton, man,
the red rifle,
the red rocket. Oh, that's a dog's penis.
Thing. That's different.
Can you say dog's penis on YouTube?
Yes, but you can't show it hanged in a forest. You have to blur out the tip.
Playoffs. Oh my god.
Thanks for tuning in this week. This is our 417th consecutive day of a 90-minute show, which is what's 90 minus 15? 75 minutes more
than we need.
than we need, and 75 minutes more than any of the Paul or Logans or those guys. They do shows. We do them better.
We do. For realsies. We're the Mark Brunell of football podcast.
Remember that time those guys came on here and they were like, yo, you're not talking about real football. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, it's fantasy football.
Football.
It says it 3 times in the thing. It says it 3 times. I'm looking at it. I'm counting it. 1, 2, fucking 3. Like, I don't know what you needed. Anyway,
so we don't have, any monster games of the week. We don't have any Wendy's waiver wire snags, no Neutrogena no-nos, no boner roster moves of the week. Though I guess you could make a boner coaching move of the week sponsored by Fleshlight, which was keeping Marvin Lewis.
That's a good one.
But
I mean, a bad one.
I can't not have a monster while we do this show.
Well, it's 9 o'clock at night, so you better drink your monster.
9:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that means it is time for the Monster playoff chat, brought to you by Monster Ultra. 0 calories, 0 sugar, ultra flavor.
I'm drinking chai tea.
Taste all that red.
Looks red.
That's very red. I don't even know what flavor this is supposed to be. I mean, I know red's
Gronk
not
flavor.
No, I like the Gronk one.
You got me on the Gronk
sugar
one.
Free. It's not sugar free.
That's why it's good.
Formula 87.
That's what it is. Gronk catch ball. Nerds.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. You ready?
Okay.
I'm going to go game by game.
Sure.
Matchup by matchup. I want to hear who you think is going to win.
Okay.
And I want to know who from each team you think has the best fantasy game, in case people out there are still playing fantasy football
fantasy leagues.
And they want some extra guys.
Okay.
So, first game is going to be at 4:20 on Saturday. It's the Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Okay.
And against my better judgment, I'm not going to, going with my better judgment, I'm not going to pick Alex Smith, who is unreliably weird. So I'm going to say Kareem Hunt is going to have the best game.
Okay.
In that game.
Interesting.
It's going to be, where are they playing?
They are in Kansas City.
At Cincinnati.
At Arrowhead Stadium, which is arguably, debatably, controversially the loudest stadium in the league and possibly all of sportsdom.
I heard they're so loud that when there's a game there, you can hear it on the moon.
Wow.
I heard that.
That is impressive.
Don't tell the 12th mans that, though. They get really upset about that.
I heard that when that stadium is loud and shakes, what happens is nobody cares.
Well, it is in Kansas City. So, what are you talking about?
They won a World Series, though, so good for Kansas City.
That's cool. Which Kansas City is it? The one in Missouri or the one in Kansas City? In Kansas?
It's the one in Kansas.
It's the one in Kansas?
Kansas City, Kansas.
Why are there 2 Kansas Cities?
There are multiple Philadelphias.
Yeah, but like Kansas City's like, I feel like way more like needs to be locked down.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of Londons.
I guess it straddles. Does it straddle both things? I don't even fucking
I don't know. It's the one under the arch. St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis.
Yeah, Michelob country.
I've never been to St. Louis. Or Kansas City.
Apparently they are across a river from each other in 2 different states. Oh, so it's like Pittsburgh and anything from Ohio.
It's like Pittsburgh and other Pittsburgh. That's 3 rivers. It's like a like a
Oh,
three river.
TJ, who is the big Kansas City fan amongst us, says it's Civil War stuff, Josh. Captain America fought the Iron Man and it split the city in half.
Damn.
So you have Kansas City.
That's cool.
And then you have Kansas City.
Oh, I get it.
It's like Newark, New Jersey, and Newark, Delaware.
Yeah.
Which are like 90 minutes apart from each other and have the same goddamn name.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to either of them. There's no reason to go to either.
Unless Blue Hens.
Go Blue Hens. Newark, Delaware, Blue Hens.
All right. I'm with you on the Kansas City boat.
Yeah.
I think they do real well.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee stands absolutely no chance. I think this is going to be a snoozer.
I agree. It's going to be like the last year of the Texans. The Texans like always make it into the playoffs and then they lose like 30-0 or some shit like that. I feel like that's what this game is too.
Yeah.
Which is ironic. It's not
going to be great.
Because those two teams are the same team essentially.
Basically.
I mean, really, right? Like they're kind of the same team. It's like a redundant football team.
I think Derrick Henry is going to have a pretty good day.
Derrick Henry, because what's his name's hurt, right?
DeMarco, relatively good. Depends which Kansas City defense shows up.
Yeah.
And on the Kansas side, I think Tyreek Hill will blow it up.
I was gonna say Hill, but like it's gonna be cold as shit there. Like it's gonna be super cold.
Yeah.
It's
always cold there. They have games in like August and it's like negative 12 degrees here in Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium. The snow's about to come down. You can see Andy Reid's breath coming from his walrus tusks.
That's my Andy Reid impression.
I love Andy Reid. I'll be watching that and rooting for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I don't think Tennessee. I can't believe they made the playoffs.
Well, they did it only because Marcus Mariota was like, I guess I'll just run. I guess I'll just keep running. I don't fucking know. I don't know what else to do. And like, they're not going to be able to do that shit in the playoffs, man. You can't just have Marcus Mariota run for 10 yards at a time every play. This isn't fucking Tecmo Super Bowl over here.
That's true.
He's going to get hurt.
It's true. All right, game 2 on Saturday.
Okay.
At 8:15 on NBC.
Night. Whew.
The Atlanta Falcons at the Los Angelinos Rambolinos.
That's their new name. There's a team I want to win this game, but I don't think they will. I don't think the Falcons are going to win.
But you want Atlanta to win.
I do want Atlanta to win because like I said earlier, I don't want the Rams to win.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about Jared Goff and Sean McVay and all this. I don't want to hear like the propaganda, the football propaganda that gets thrown at us, you know. And it's what it is, right?
Right.
So like, I would prefer like the Matt Ryan like Falcons. Nice job, nice catch. To like win, and then I can deal with that. And I think they played the Eagles then, which is better for the Eagles.
Okay.
If not, I think the winner of New Orleans and Carolina plays the Eagles. So I would prefer the Eagles play the 6th seed, obviously.
Right.
But I think the Rams are going to win.
Okay.
Because the Falcons have to go to LA.
And who's going to have the game of the day?
Well, I think I would be stupid to say not Todd Gurley. So Todd Gurley, the dude's like running for like 300 freaking yards a game, man. It's like PB football out there for that guy.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on? Somebody fucking tackle that guy.
He's been beastly. I would like Los Angeles to win, and I think they are going to win. I think the home teams on Saturday win out.
Yeah.
I want Los Angeles to win solely out of the continued spite of Jeff Fisher.
Why do you hate Jeff Fisher so much?
Because he sucks, and as soon as he left, this team made the playoffs.
I know, it's crazy. It's
like, I know there's a lot of other factors involved, but like he was there for years. They were like choking on their own vomit for forever.
yeah.
And then like as soon as he's gone, they're like, "Hey man, we're pretty fucking awesome."
Yeah, we have a yeah. It's amazing how like that happens in football. Like it shouldn't happen that way, right? Like
It should.
because like, who did they get? I mean, they have like the same guys there.
They got Sammy Watkins.
Sammy Watkins, sure, and they made Tavon Austin like a running back. So okay,
and then Todd Gurley returned to form.
that's true.
But Case Keenum came out of his shell.
That's right.
In Minnesota and did great. We have St. Louis's own Nick Foles. Back when they were the St. Louis Rams.
That's right. Oh my God. Remember those times?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta does win.
Yeah.
I just don't think they will.
I don't think they will either.
Los Angeles, to me, just has too many things going right for them this year, just like the Eagles did before Carson got hurt. And since you already picked a Todd Gurley, I will pick Jared Goff to have
that's good.
A very memorable game.
California's own surfer boy, Jared Goff.
Yeah, and we'll get to hear about, Johnny Atlanta, and if they win, Matt Ryan, the hometown boy, he used to play in BC. He can handle this outside weather. Tony Siragusa, the Goose.
Goose. Is he still around?
I'm in the end zone, Dick Enberg. And
no, he's not around anymore.
No,
Dick Enberg's super dead. Dick Enberg died like 2 weeks ago.
Now, who was the guy that used to do those games with him?
The NBC games?
No, with Tony Siragusa. Those were Fox games where he'd stand in the end. He couldn't walk up the steps to the booth.
Yeah, it was Moose or Aikman and
Moose, yes.
Yeah.
Moose the Goose and
Moose the Goose and the other guy, the guy that everyone hates.
No, it wasn't Joe Buck.
It wasn't?
No, Joe Buck has been with Troy Aikman for like forever.
I don't know who the other guy was then.
Moose the Goose.
Why don't we Google it?
Troy
Moose the Goose.
Troy Enberg. Kenny Albert.
Kenny Albert.
I thought it was close. That was close. Troy was pretty close to that.
It's me, Kenny Albert. I could hear his voice in my head.
Oh, no, we'll go down to Goose.
I'll go down to Goose. And the Goose is like, it's like 20 below. He like doesn't even have like any TV presence.
I'm standing down here in the end zone. I'll tell you, I could see the defensive line play is bad.
I see a guy. He ran a football in the end zone here. So, uprights.
God, his head is so large, he couldn't fit in the helmet. They had to take all the pads out.
That's right. He had to like have like a custom made helmet for him.
God, Tony Siragusa sucks.
He's probably fine because of that. He probably doesn't have brain damage. He's probably okay.
Oh, defensive linemen don't get brain damage.
They don't get hit like hard enough.
No, defensive linemen, they're just fat.
Yeah.
He'll just have diabetes and won't be able to walk.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah. All right. So Sunday at 1:00.
Okay.
We have the matchup of the week. I'm calling it the matchup of the week. Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh man, I'm super into this game. Like this, I think is the game I'm most looking forward to because I don't give a single shit about either of these teams.
I know, that's why I call it the game of the week.
I really want Buffalo to win. Like I really want Buffalo to win.
Okay.
I do not think Buffalo's going to win. I think the Jaguars are going to win. And that it might be bad. It might also be a bad game, like a 30-0 type of game. Leonard Fournette. Fuck it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wait, can I pick a different player? Can I pick
whoever you want?
Can I pick like a I'm gonna pick the Jaguars defensive backs. That's who I'm gonna pick. They are gonna have a great game.
Just take the Jaguars defense overall.
Defense.
Okay. That's Jags defense at home, 1:00 on CBS. It's a road game, but this Buffalo's just gets to travel south.
It's not the worst. Yeah,
it's not the worst. Jacksonville just sucks. It's really depressing, but they already live in Buffalo, so they already know what that's like.
At least it's not cold and depressing in Jacksonville. It's just depressing.
What's wild here is as I'm looking at the ESPN's webpage here that shows you can get tickets for these games.
Yeah.
There are 8,000 tickets left for the Kansas City game.
Okay.
There are 6,000 tickets left for the Atlanta Los Angeles games. This isn't surprising because LA Coliseum holds like 85,000 people.
Yeah.
There are 5,000 tickets available for Carolina at New Orleans, and all of those can be had for tickets starting at the most expensive is like 78 down to like 36, right? Yeah, $78.
That's pretty good.
There's
man.
only 1,600 tickets left for the Jacksonville game, and the cheapest tickets are $185.
I heard that they sold out, and then they had those tarps over the seats, right?
Yeah,
because to make the NFL TV rules, you have to sell out. So they were like, handicapping themselves, and then they opened the tarps, and I heard it sold out again. But somebody must have bought them, I guess, because like companies buy the tickets, right? And then they like give them out, like they sell them like that. So, people I guess are really jacked up about the Jaguars. All 4 people who live in Jacksonville are super pumped about the Jaguars.
I'll be honest. I think the last time Jacksonville was in the playoffs, my senior year of high school, my band performed halftime at that game.
Are you serious?
Yes.
In Florida?
Yes, because we were down there for the Orange Bowl.
That's what we did, but I went in 99.
That's when I went.
Were you there?
Oh no, wait. I would have went at the start of 99.
Yeah.
Because 98, 99 was.
Oh no, I was there. Wait. No, yes. Yeah. Yo, okay.
Wait a minute. Now hold on.
Hold up a second. Did you go to like a party? Was there like a party for bands that you went to in Miami? Did you go to? I think we were at the same
march in the parade.
In the parade, yeah. Holy shit!
Out of here.
Holy shit! That's fucking crazy.
No,
yeah, dude.
How have we never talked about this?
I don't know. Why don't we even talk about marching band, dude? Yeah, we went in. It was whatever year that Will Smith song came out because it kept playing it all the time.
Or going to Miami.
Yeah, they played it everywhere.
It was Donovan McNabb's senior year.
Yes.
They got smoked in that game.
Yes.
Because it was Syracuse.
Yes. And
oh my God. So you were there?
I didn't play at halftime, but I marched in the parade.
So you were in the parade. Okay,
yeah.
So we were in the parade. We played at halftime at the Orange Bowl, and then on the way home, we played halftime at the Jacksonville playoff game.
Wow. We did the parade, but that was second. I think first we went to Disney World and marched in a Disney World parade.
Oh, we didn't get to do that.
That was kind of fun because we got to see the back lot and stuff, and we had to all sign waivers and shit to say we wouldn't talk about the top secret campers we saw behind fucking Disney World. But yeah, we did that, and we did something else too. I forget what it was. Something else in Miami we did, but I don't remember. But yeah, we marched in the fucking parade, and we probably were at the same party because they held a party. They held a party at some fucking Miami dock or something, and there was all these bands there.
Favorite dinosaur. Don't even think about it. Just
this is us.
1, 2, 3. Velociraptor. Favorite non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to. Good Housekeeping. You were a chick. Who's the one guy you would sleep with? John Stamos.
John Stamos.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Yep. Dude, yeah.
This is so blowing my mind, dude.
I didn't even know that you did that. I didn't even know that you marched in the.
First of all, I was not only did I march in the band, I was my senior year. I was the drum major.
Yeah, I knew that about you, which is cool. Yeah, I was a sophomore because you're 2 years older than me. That's the math. If you didn't know math, that's the math.
Yeah,
but yeah, I didn't know that you went to Florida to do that. We also did that. We took a bus. It was crazy.
We took a bus too.
Well, I was used to that shit because my family Like we had Florida houses, and we would drive to Florida.
That it was like the longest road trip ever. I was sleeping on my one friend's butt. She was great. She had a real big butt, but
that sounds awesome.
Shout out to Marianne.
Hey Marianne, hit me up.
And on the way down, like the first day down there, we stopped in Daytona, at the Daytona Motor Speedway, and saw that. There wasn't anything happening, but we got to go see it. And then then we went on to do this stuff, and we hung out in Florida. We went to Disney for one day, but we were only in Magic Kingdom.
Right.
But we didn't perform anything there. It was just a day they had planned for us.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend at the time got lost in the Swiss Family Robinson house, and then I was hanging out with other people, and then we came back, and then she was like, I think we need to break up and not see each other. I didn't hook up with other chicks, but you got lost in the Swiss Family Robinson house, and I'm not gonna babysit you.
Yeah,
to be fair, she was a sophomore and I was a senior, and I was like, sorry, we can't be doing this.
Yeah. We went to Disney World for I think 3 days. So we got to go to I think we only went to Magic Kingdom also, which in January it was really cold. I remember it was kind of weirdly cold because it's still Florida, right? So it's warm in January, but it was jacket weather.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all I really remember. It was a long ass trip. We stopped in Savannah on the way down. And we did a ghost tour, a haunted ghost tour thing, and a golf cart. And then at night, Savannah shuts down because it's crazy, terrible crime there. So people are everyone go home, don't come outside. It's bad here. But it was nice. It was a nice city. But I was used to it because my aunt lives in Boca Raton. So we would drive all the time to Florida, all the time. You
can just say Boca. I'm cool.
Boca. My aunt lives in Boca, which is the whitest fucking town ever in the history of white people towns. Boca Raton is a fucking mall. The whole city is a mall. That's all I got. That's so crazy.
I've never been, and you just learned something that we just learned at the same time. So congratulations, Internet, for being there for that once in a lifetime moment.
Yeah.
Josh and I really did become best friends.
You were there, you were probably at the same thing that I went to. I'm guaranteeing.
We all did all the same stuff, except your schedule was just slightly different. But we all went to all those things.
Yep.
That's wild. Yeah, and '97 we went to the Sugar Bowl and hung out in New Orleans for 4 days.
That's cool.
Which was great. And then we played halftime. Halftime in New Orleans was with Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Whoa! Hey, 1997.
And halftime at '99 was with some other really dick house band, but it wasn't as bad as a shitty swing band.
I feel like you lived a life, Luke. You got to see Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. How many people can say that?
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy lip sync their way through a halftime performance at a college football game where there was also 6 other bands on the field. I did see Ric Flair though.
Woo!
But the Sugar Bowl that year was Florida versus Florida State.
Okay.
And Ric Flair was our seats were on the field.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair was walking around. We were like, Rick! Woo!
He probably loves that. He probably never hears that wherever he goes all day.
That, though. He's great.
Yeah, I saw that interview with him on ESPN. It was pretty cool. He seems like a cool
It was
guy.
a 30 for 30.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole 30 I just saw the interview.
Gotcha.
He was talking to SVP. SVP at midnight.
All right, well, here's my jam. I'm picking Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I'm picking Jacksonville also at home, and I'm thinking the statistical star of the game will be Tyrod Taylor.
Ooh, that's crazy. See, you're doing a flip of the coin here. You're doing
I think statistically he's going to perform very well. The team is going to lose. I think Shady McCoy is not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, I don't either. I feel like he's been real quiet, and I don't see him going ham on anybody anytime soon. He might be done-ish. He might be a little old. Sorry, Shady.
Sorry, Shady.
Sorry, Shady.
Old now. All right, and the final game at 4:40 on Fox. All right, so the Jacksonville Buffalo game is going to have Nance and Tony Romo, so that gets an extra stamp of approval for me this week.
That's great, yeah.
And Carolina at New Orleans, the Carolina racist owner Panthers versus the New Orleans Drew Brees saved us from a hurricane Saints. On Fox with Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Aaron Andrews.
Ugh.
I got New Orleans. I got the Chimera.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna also pick New Orleans. I won't pick Chimera. I'll pick Breeze, I guess. I know it's the playoffs. I feel like this is like when he like does his thing, right? This is like what he gets paid for. So I'll pick Breeze. I don't think Carolina's gonna. I don't know. It might be close though.
It might be close. I just don't see Carolina doing anything. New Orleans has its defense running. It has the offense running.
Yeah.
They got 2 running backs. They got Drew Brees. And I want them to win so that we can have New Orleans versus Nick Foles rematch here in Philadelphia.
Like in 2013 when we went to MagFest. And we were trying to watch this football game, and 7,000 people were in the bar talking, and we couldn't hear anything.
And then we left, and we were like, sorry, kids. I ain't got time for your bullshit.
We got to watch the Eagles piss this game away in the final 2 minutes.
So I want that to happen so bad. I want Nick Foles redemption. I want Eagles redemption. We haven't won a playoff home game in a long-ass time.
I think they need to win the divisional game. I think they need to. I hope they do. I do not think they will win the championship game. And if somehow they do, then I don't know what the fuck to think anymore. But I think that the city and the players and the people need for them to win one of these playoff games. Just one.
Right. And I agree with you. To a point.
Okay.
I believe in this team.
Yeah.
To the extent that I think we have more of a chance than everybody believes we do.
I agree with that. The defense is like insane. Like they're still really good.
Now I know the Eagles defense is not the 2000 Ravens.
Yeah.
But our offense is better
than
that
the
2000 Ravens. Yeah. So our defense doesn't need to be quite that great.
Right. The offense could kick it in. Like they could score 4 touchdowns. Like Foles could do that, right?
They could. Like we have the receivers, we have the running backs, we have a really good offensive line. And what really sets it to me is, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
That's true. Trent Dilfer did win a Super Bowl.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl on the back of his defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if Nick Foles executes and manages a game, which I know is a bad thing to say these days, but manages the game, I think we have more of a chance than this city even believes.
Yeah. Yeah. Saltiest Dogs is saying that they got shut out, I guess, by the Cowboys, but like they were running like Peterson is not like running any plays. I know it's like kind of a weak excuse, and they look like shit. Like the Eagles' offense looked like shit.
They look bad. And I didn't even watch the whole game, and they looked like I was
bad.
I can't watch.
It was bad, but
the Cowboys had basically everybody.
Everybody was in, right?
And they scored 6 points and missed an extra point.
Right, and that was the only score. So like, it's we're in like fucking like who knows? Like it's a toss up. I don't know, But I think you're right. I think that it is a better situation than other Super Bowl winning teams have been in the past that have won somehow the Super Bowl.
Right. And that's not to say that I think the Eagles will win the Super Bowl.
Right.
I just think that even this city, I mean, none of you, most of you, I'm sure, don't actually live here and follow our sports talk radio and our sportscasters on Twitter, but
you're better people for it.
Something like 55% of the fan base here thinks that we're like one and done.
Right.
and only 45% think that we have a chance to win 2 games in the playoffs, which against these teams in the NFC, I think we could definitely do.
Yeah, it's not the Patriots, or you don't have to play the Patriots or the Steelers, which is like, those are huge roadblocks, right? Like, those are major roadblocks in the AFC, but the NFC, it's like a little more wide open. I mean, it's all speculation, right? Like, I mean, I don't know, but like, I think you're right. I think like there's more of a chance than there normally is, and I think that this team has definitely more of a chance than in 13 when they were the division winners and they went, they were like 3rd seed or something like that,
right?
And that team like lost like in the first round, or I think it was the wild card round,
and that's because Chip Kelly was an idiot.
Right. He was terrible. And like, I don't feel like that's going to happen. Like, if the Eagles can run and like we have like really good running backs, who knows, man? Like, I don't know. They could do it, but I don't think they will make it to the Super Bowl, but I think that they can. I'm not going to root against them, obviously. But.
Oh, sure. No. Yeah. But I think the expectation that, we're not even going to like get out of the next round is a little unfair to the players on this team that have really gotten us here, aside from Carson Wentz.
Right.
Like, this defense has, for all intents and purposes, like, been lights out.
Yeah, it's crazy good. I think the timing of the Wentz thing demoralized people, because it was like the whole season, the team just was unstoppable. Like, it didn't matter what happened. They just won. And Wentz goes down, and it's like, that's the part of the season where you want your football team to start like really chugging along and like making a playoff push. And then it's like, well, now we have Nick Foles. And like, I felt that way too. I was like, oh fuck, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what Nick Foles is gonna do. Nick fucking Foles is crazy. Who knows what he's gonna do? But like, he's got some time, and Mel said that they have home field, which is crazy good. If it stays -1 degree like it's supposed to be on Saturday, I wouldn't want to fucking play in that shit if I'm from Carolina or Atlanta and I play in a dome, or New Orleans, I play in a dome, or Los Angeles, I play in the fucking tropical fireball that is fucking Los Angeles right now. Like, I don't want to play in that shit. Are you crazy? -1 degrees? That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's cold. That's cold as hell.
You get hit in that and you're like, oh, I'm dead. my body. I don't know. It's nuts, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the playoffs, even independent of the Eagles. I think there are some real surprising teams there this year. It's good to see some new blood. As far as the rest of the AFC goes, I don't know. I mean, does anybody beat New England?
The Steelers? Maybe.
Depends which Steelers show up.
Yeah, I'm really tired of this like New England shit though. Like, I know like I'm probably like the last person to get on this because everyone's tired of it, but like, at least before, like, I felt like you had like teams like the Steelers and maybe the Colts in there to like dethrone them, which doesn't happen anyway, but now you only have the Steelers. Like, I don't think anyone's going to beat New England, and I'm not looking forward to a fucking another New England Super Bowl, man. Like,
Kansas City could do it.
Anything
they did
happen.
It in week 1.
Yeah. It's exactly like week 1.
They did it in week 1 on the road.
That's right. I watched that game.
And I watched it too. It was fantastic.
It was fun. It was good. Good Schadenfreude, however you say it.
Schadenfreude. Frudentown. Bruegel. The rural drawer. Oh man. All right. Well, that was some good playoff talk, Josh.
We did it.
You really know what you're talking about.
Thank you. I learned everything I know from you in 1999 when we were in Florida.
When we met.
It's so weird, dude.
I can't believe it. It's incredible. I'm still stunned.
It's like Paul, Nick, and I have been at the same concerts separately together before too. Like in Philly.
You're tell me Paul was at a concert in Philadelphia.
It was a secret Dr. Dog show.
I believe you guys were all at the same concerts for a while. Nobody went to the same concerts as me.
Well, you were going to like what, like Chevelle.
Ozfest.
Oh, I went to Ozfest
in Camden.
Yeah.
All right, we were probably at the same concerts too.
That we definitely were there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and like 2099 that time.
Right, but a lot of people went to those. Not a lot of people went down to the Orange Bowl in 1999.
Very specific group of people did that.
Oh man! All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in again. I hope all your holidays were great. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and be sure to stay tuned to the Twitter for the following week, starting tomorrow. We're gonna have different polls up. You all are gonna get to vote for your fantasy stars of the season.
Yeah.
And we'll cover all that next week. And what I want you to do is we'll obviously have a hashtag and the email set up. I don't know what the hashtag is going to be yet. I never know until I start typing the words. That's just how Twitter speaks to me.
He's a savant. Let him do his work.
But we'll have some last things. If you guys have any questions about the draft, about what happens after this week's playoffs, give us a holler, give us a shout, let us know what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and we will see you next Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern. And then after that, Josh and I are gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do, but we got at least one more episode left in us, so come on back next week.
I expect several emails about Sam Darnold's face and why it looks like a Tonka truck.
Okay.
Look at his face. It looks like a Tonka truck. Tell me it doesn't.
Who is this?
Sam Darnold, that kid. Sam from USC.
Sam Darnold.
He's got like a weird face.
Looks like a Tonka truck?
It just looks like weird. I don't know. Look at it.
No, he just looks like a meathead.
He got a meathead face.
I'd rather watch a YouTube vlog in Akibara with that guy than another one of those Logan brothers.
Oh, that's right.
No,
I gotta go to the suicide.
Wait, are they Logan Paul, Jake Paul, or is it Jake Logan and Paul Logan?
Logan Paul? Logan Paul. Logan's more of a douchey name, so that's probably his first name.
What a piece of shit. All right. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.